Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A battle brewing in Warren City Hall, and Mayor Jim Fouts is right in the middle of it.
That leads to the question of there may be illegalities involved.
The allegations that's now led to an investigation into the hiring of a political consultant.
But we'll begin tonight with breaking news just in from Detroit's west side. A driver killed in a violent crash that happened right in the middle of a neighborhood. Topping our news tonight at 11, investigators say the young driver was speeding when he hit another car.
Behind the wheel of that car was a great-grandmother who was not hurt. Tim Pamplin is on the scene with a night cam. Tim.
This collision occurring at Florence and Burt, Detroit's west side. That's just south of Burt and Grand River, near the Detroit-Redford border. Witnesses tell me the driver who died in this collision was going way too fast. The vehicle started rolling, he was ejected. There was nothing medics could do.
It was scary.
That's great-grandma, Dorothy Rollins. She says there was nobody on the road, then all of a sudden...
Time we pulled out, this car came out of nowhere and hit us.
Neighbors tell me it's been a continuing problem in this neighborhood. Cars screaming through the neighborhood.
And he flipped, and he flipped, and he flipped all the way down there.
Going fast?
Yes, real fast.
They say since the city's been putting in speed bumps to slow the vehicles down, the racers just go to roads where it's wide open. And Burt Road is one of them. In the back of Miss Rollins' car, a baby seat. She says, fortunately, her great-grandchildren were not in the vehicle.
My sister and my girlfriend was in the car.
Everybody's okay?
Everybody's fine.
So a close call for that family. An unfortunate ending for the driver of that speeding car. That is the scene along Burt Road tonight. With the night cam, Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Okay, Tim. New drama tonight inside Warren City Hall.
This time, City Council has opened an investigation into the appointment of an employee by Mayor Jim Fouts. That employee is Jamie Rowe, and Jamie Rowe is accused of doing outside political work while on the taxpayers' dime. Jason Colthorpe live at City Hall. How long has he worked for the city, Jason?
Almost a year to the day, Devin. He was appointed March 20th of last year. City Council says it wasn't properly informed of the appointment at the time, but it was recently informed about some of Mr. Rowe's other jobs, and that's running political campaigns.
It just comes across as corruption in City Hall. It scares the heck out of me of what we don't know yet.
Strong accusations from Warren City Council Tuesday during a special meeting to discuss Mayor Jim Fouts' political appointee, Jamie Rowe.
A political consultant on the city payroll, getting pay, benefits, 401k, was also running campaigns during city hours.
Rowe was hired as a clerical technician last March and is making more than $44,000 a year. He also worked on several Republican political campaigns during the year, and council wants to find out if it was on city time.
In March of 2020, we were laying off employees. We were furloughing our employees, and the mayor secretly brings on a political consultant. I mean, I find that so offensive.
The mayor has cost the city a lot of money in the last 2 years with his nonsense of playing games, doing the exact things that he said on the council for 26 years and screamed and yelled at everything that every mayor ever did.
My work at City Hall has been no secret.
Rowe spoke during public comment, listing some of his work duties, and was adamant that nothing was improper other than this inquiry.
The council has no interest in any other topic other than destroying this mayor and anyone who helps him serve this city.
The council did vote unanimously 7-0 to open that investigation. One member even calling for the Attorney General to handle parts of this, to investigate the mayor's office to see if there was anything illegal. And of all the discussion of the so-called evidence, most of it was just speculative. So we'll have to wait and see what an actual investigation can turn up here. Back to you.
Have we heard anything, Jason, from Mayor Fouts?
Strangely enough, no. Silent tonight. I texted and called the mayor. He usually responds, but nothing back. I did check his Facebook page to see if he commented on this. No, but his last page or post was complimenting Mr. Rowe's efforts in organizing the city's COVID relief vaccine efforts. So that's all we know at this point from the mayor.
All right,
Wait
Jason.
see.
Yeah.
All right, we want to get to some breaking news now from Atlanta, where police say a gunman is responsible for killing 8 people in 3 massage parlor shootings. At least 6 of the victims are believed to be Asian women. It is unclear if the women were targeted because of their race. The suspect has been identified as a 21-year-old man who was arrested about 150 miles south of Atlanta following a police chase. Right now, investigators believe he is the only suspect in all 3 shootings.
35,000 people signed up to get a vaccine at Ford Field in the first 24 hours of registration.
Meyer says an average of 2,000 people an hour registered today. Invitations for those who have registered will be sent out later this week. A source tells Local 4 Meyer will use the CDC's Social Vulnerability Index to vaccinate people from the hardest hit communities first. That includes Hamtramck, Ecorse, Inkster, and Highland Park.
Detroit police arrest a nurse accused of stealing COVID vaccines she was hired to administer to other people. The woman was arrested yesterday at the TCF Center, where co-workers said they saw her taking 2 vaccine syringes, and they reported it to police, who later took her into custody.
We were extremely shocked that someone attempted to do that. They know we account for every dose. We account for even if there was a bad syringe or if it was dropped on the floor. Those are returned back to the pharmacy so we can account for it. So I was really astonished by that behavior.
City says the theft did not stop anyone who had an appointment from getting their vaccine. Charges against the nurse pending as police work on a warrant. In tonight's coronavirus numbers, Michigan reporting 2,048 new cases and 27 more deaths over the last 24 hours. State also reporting 1 in 4 Michiganders aged 16 and older has now received at least 1 dose of the vaccine.
There's an ongoing battle in Dearborn Heights involving the future of its 911 dispatch center. A meeting took place tonight discussing whether to move to a centralized system that multiple communities use and would save the city money. Mara McDonald is live at the Dearborn Heights Police Department tonight. Mara, it's really up to the vote of City Council.
Exactly, and City Council members got an earful tonight from the public, most of which are not interested in those cost savings. They want to keep their single dispatch. What everybody could agree on, Dearborn Heights Dispatch Center is old and needs major upgrades, and that's where the consensus ends.
If this consolidation happens, I think I can speak frankly and for our union as a whole that none of us have an interest in joining. We are on the ground floor, we see the day-to-day action, and it just does not interest us.
Everybody on the Zoom public meeting devoted to just this issue heard from police and fire professionals about why a centralized dispatch makes sense. Dearborn United Dispatch already is the centralized state-of-the-art facility that dispatches for 7 communities. And the cost savings for Dearborn Heights for the first 2 years, if it was to sign on, are estimated to be just over $1 million. Still tonight, there was substantial pushback from people who believe a local dispatch is the better option.
As a councilman, I'm going to be voting on this, and it's a decision that I'm going to have to make one way or the other. So, but to the people of Dearborn Heights, if you don't want this, you got to make sure that you know that you're going to be paying extra money in your taxes to revamp our 911 system.
Back here live, single entity dispatch centers are really the exception rather than the rule. Of the 138 dispatches across the state, only 36 of them are single entity, and a lot of those are airports and or universities. And Wayne County is also the only county in the whole state of Michigan that doesn't have a countywide dispatch. We're live in Dearborn Heights tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Hey, Mara. The man who was driving a Tesla when it crashed into a semi in southwest Detroit is now facing reckless driving charges. Prosecutors say 21-year-old Jean-Paul Guerrero was behind the wheel of a Tesla and was driving at a high speed when he hit the semi. His passenger was rushed to the hospital and remains in critical condition. The charges come amid a federal investigation to determine if Tesla's autopilot feature played any role in the crash.
Citing the effects of the pandemic, the Westin book CADILLAC is heading into foreclosure. According to CRAINS Detroit, the owner of the luxury hotel is delinquent on a $77 million loan and hasn't made any payments since last May. CRAINS reports the book Cadillac was valued at $136 million at the end of 2019, but the property's value has dropped about $60 million since then. Of course, hotels have been hit particularly hard during the pandemic, with state-issued restrictions limiting occupancy rates and travel largely at a standstill.
Still ahead, the first vaccine testing in young children gets underway.
The clinical trial that could determine whether the vaccine is safe and effective for kids coming up. Here comes Ben.
Devin and Kim, the sunshine was tardy today, but instead of sending it to detention, we welcomed it with open arms, and we'll see some of it tomorrow, but the rain not far off. We'll look at that and a pretty nice weekend behind it coming up.
All right, Ben, but first, many still waiting for their $1,400 stimulus check. Which Americans will be getting their payment tomorrow morning? That's next.